Previously on Hunting with Tripler.
Looks like. I'll take a photo of this.
It is 24 hours, not even.
The 500 subscriber giveaway. JJ Sports Cards. What is happening, folks? Tripler here, and yet again in today's episode we are proving out that you can be very unique with respect to how you might source different items for your reselling business. How does trading sound to you? Let's trade video games for more video games. Check this out.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join in the chase. Yeah.
Alright folks, so in today's episode what I've done is I've taken a model that Caleb over at Phoenix Resale and Chase, after the right price, has done, which is taking Nintendo Switch Lites and trading them for older or newer video games that people don't use anymore. Now guys, you didn't think I wasn't going to join in on the fun, did you? Because I assure you, I definitely joined the party. Now in today's episode what you'll see is I've set up 8 Switch Lite trade deals, and each one was very profitable. Some were not as profitable as others, but what you'll find out is that patience is what pays off in this scenario. Now anyone can put up a listing on Facebook Marketplace, on OfferUp, on any of your local selling sites, and indicate I have a Nintendo Switch Lite. It's new in the box. I'd like to trade it for older video games. The emphasis of this video is to simply show you that trading new items for older items is incredibly profitable, and you'll see the profit breakdown at the end of the episode. So I hope you guys enjoy what we're doing here today, because I genuinely was skeptical about this until I started doing it myself. So the first thing we're gonna do is, how do I get my hands on a Nintendo Switch Lite? So let's look at that first, and then we'll roll right in to the trades. So I'm using Target.com as a reference. Best Buy is another one. GameStop is another one. And I basically start at about 5 a.m. I try at 5, 6, and 7 a.m. to see if they have any in stock. There are really 3 ways to get a Nintendo Switch Lite. You'll be able to ship it directly to yourself, pick up at a local store, or physically go into the location and grab it off the shelf. In those scenarios where you're going into the store, you will typically be seeing a line for those items, but once you've got it in your cart, you should only be able to get 1 or 2 total units. Most of the time they're limiting how many you can get, but once you've got it in your cart, you should be pretty free and clear to check out.
Here we go. 2 Nintendo Switch Lites.
I am about to pick up the mother load of trade opportunities for a $200 Switch Lite. I'm not really sure how this happened or why this happened, but the guy is valuing the stuff that he's giving to me at about $200, and I'm giving him a Switch Lite yellow in return.
I appreciate you.
You know how much the Sega CD model costs, right?
You see, that's the thing. I don't.
It's a lot of value.
Is it?
I got 2. That's why I'm getting 1.
Okay. Okay.
And the 3DS is in here.
Okay, great. Cool, thanks.
Alright, here's okay. I'm not sure about what I'm missing any things.
Yeah, dude, I wish I knew.
I know,
because
so,
I don't really know a whole lot.
You
about...
put this on eBay, people will fight for this right now.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Let's check it out.
Here's the.
Okay folks, so I traded this Switch Lite right here for all of this. And this plus this is what I got in return. So let's take a look at the games first. Some of you are already skipping ahead. So you have Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, Outlaw Golf, 007 Night Fire, Finding Nemo, which wasn't in there, Need for Speed, Burnout, Jimmy Neutron also was not in there, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Mega Man Anniversary Collection, GoldenEye, the Rogue Agent, the original Spider-Man, and then this, of course, I was just getting really excited because this is what he texted me. He showed me these two games, and I mean, this is a $700 game. I mean, it's like, I was like, what's happening? But unfortunately, it's a reproduction. So it's a great looking game. It's in just fine condition, but it's one of the nicest reproductions I've seen. But it's a reproduction. Bummer, sad, not original. Same with this one. So that was sad. The Mario Kart was there with this. Now I also got a 3DS that was factory reset. So it's in absolutely wonderful condition. I got a GameCube with one controller. Unfortunately, the stick is fine, but the padding on the stick is not fine. Here was the 32X with the logo like buffed out, which was really strange. But this can go over $100 to $150. The system itself loaded with the Sega CD. Anyway, so that is what we got for the yellow Switch Lite, and I gotta say, this was killer. Absolutely killer. All right, folks, so this second Switch Lite yellow has been traded, and this is what I got in return. So I haven't checked this yet. Let's check. Yeah, yes. That's always a great sign. So it doesn't come with any cords or any controllers, but I have all of that. This was what really drew me to the deal, because they can probably clean up okay. There's a decent amount of scratches on this one, but I think once you include a transfer pack, which I do have, I should be able to get about $115 to $130 for that. Perfect Dark is a decent game, and Star Fox 64, those will sell pretty well. And with this lot here, again, I have the N60, and again, I have the Super Nintendo cords and controllers. So this is also a great lot to put together. And then these were just kind of throw-ins. A couple of decent games here. These will sell for, I think, over $15 each. Tekken 7 might be worth a bit more. These Guitar Heroes, I'll probably lot together because right now they're going for pretty good money, generally speaking, because the market for those about 2 months ago were worthless almost. So for all of this, obviously I paid $220 for the Switch Lite, minus the discount that I got. So let's call it about $210, and I got all of this in return, which I believe I could get probably close to $350, maybe on the low end, maybe as high as $400. So really pleased, very pleased with this deal. So let's see what we can do, because I got about 4 more Switch Lites in the works coming, and I've got a number of deals already pending for those to make it into my mailbox, which they should arrive today.
Guys, we are about to make our third Facebook Marketplace Switch Lite trade. And this one is going to be a decent one. Some cases I'm doubling my money. This is probably one of those where I'll probably double my money, but not much more than that. I'll show you guys what I get here, and you tell me what you think about this pickup. Was it worth it? I think so.
Hey, man. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
That was at 39.10.
Oh, okay. Is it more of a kid game, or is it? I thought, because I thought adults played it too.
Kids and adults.
Okay. Yeah, this looks good, man.
Worn out, but they work.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
We did it the other week.
Yeah.
The Wii U, everything was hooked up.
Yeah, this is the one that I was anxious to play. Was Wind Waker. So.
Oh, that's really fun.
This is everything that I got from that yellow Nintendo Switch Lite. And now I think this is my third or fourth trade. Let's go through the games first. I got a really nice stack of Wii U games. The Mario Kart 8, Smash Bros. Wii U, Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD, Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's going for a lot of money right now. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. All of the Wii games are in excellent condition. The PS4 games, notable ones, probably Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. Rest of them are relatively common. I got 2 of these GameCube controllers. They're in pretty good shape. I cleaned them up, and they look really nice. The sticks are really, really good, so happy about that. I got 4 original Nintendo Wii Wiimotes. I got 3 of the nunchucks. I got that controller, and then I got the Wii U system.
And, SP.
Yeah, this is the one that I was really interested in. So you said it has like a backlight on it?
Yeah, and this is what I got for the Switch Lite Black. The Xbox One has already powered on, so I know it's working. I got a wireless controller, and I also got an HDMI power cable, the power brick that came with it. 2 games, Far Cry 4, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Not great games, but they're perfect to bundle with this Xbox One. Game Boy Advance here, this one isn't terrible. It does need a back battery cover, which is fine. I've already powered it on, so I know it works. The display is pretty nice, so I'm happy with this. That's about, I would say, $45, $55, somewhere in there. And then this is in terrible condition. So folks, I traded this turquoise Switch Lite for all of this. It was a haul, and it was a massive haul. It was all video game related. I tried to work in a camera as well, but that just kind of fell through. But let's walk through what we got. So effectively, I spent $210 on the Switch, and let's walk through it. So starting on the top, we got a Super Nintendo, no cords, no cables. I've already hooked it up and I know it works, so that's good. The Nintendo, it didn't work on first fire up, but once we cleaned the pins, I do have a power brick for it and I have a controller here. So actually, the only thing I need is an RF adapter, and I believe I might have 2 or 3 sitting around. This is the Retron 5, and actually this system itself is a great system if you want an all-in-one, one-stop shop for all of your games, Nintendo gaming, and it also plays Sega Genesis. So this is great, but it does not have a power adapter, which is a serious bummer. Now I'm gonna have to buy one of those. I doubt I have anything that's gonna be exactly right, but I got that. I got the Wii U plus these games. I got Super Mario World and Minecraft Wii U edition. That's a $26, $27 game. That's about $20, and that is just a great bundler. So this will get included with this, maybe even Super Mario Brothers, and I should be able to get, I got everything here, the cords, except I did not get a power cord for the gamepad. So that's definitely a bummer, but they're not that expensive. The aftermarket ones, I think, maybe 10, 12 bucks. So that's that. I got the Super Nintendo Mini. I think surprisingly, this is less desirable than that one, but in any case, it's still a good item to have. This has been tested and it works, but it does need a thorough cleaning. This game came with it. I haven't looked it up yet, XG2. I hope I'm surprised after I put out this video. The handhelds that I got actually 7 total handhelds here. I got the turquoise or aqua 3DS, original Game Boy, the turquoise or aqua Game Boy Color, the lime Game Boy Color, 2 PSPs. This one is missing the battery and the cover, as well as that one. So hoping that it's simply just a battery and a cover, but he told me that if anything doesn't work, he would allow me to take it back. So this is the second deal I made with the same guy. And then this is the Game Boy Advance SP. It is the 001. And I have a question for any of you. So I've already turned it on, and it does turn on. But I guess my question is, that's a relatively decent screen for the 001. Is that standard? Here is without the brightness, here is with it. So this is with a backlight. But again, it says 001 on it, but I'm curious if this is a custom shell and they just bought the wrong shell. So I just wonder, is that the intended brightness for a 001? I'm just curious. Super Smash Bros. 3DS, the Ultimate NES Remix, and Adventure Time. I got all of this, again, same guy I got the last deal from. This was for a Nintendo Switch Lite turquoise. Well, there is no question that this deal I'm making today on a yellow Switch Lite will be the best that I've made so far. I'm a little bit surprised that some people undervalue some of the newer items that are out there, but this is actually going to be for a PS4 Pro limited edition, Destiny edition, or Destiny limited edition, whatever it is. It goes for really good money, even used, probably well over $400. He's also going to throw in 6 games. We'll see how that deal goes down, but if it goes down like I hope it does, it's going to be one of the better deals that I've made so far. So this Switch Lite trade deal has been really phenomenal. So if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, you better start doing it now. And for the Switch Lite yellow, I traded for this PS4 Pro limited edition. I think it's the Destiny. What is it? Destiny 2 edition. Came with these games: Gran Turismo Sport, God of War Remastered, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, 2015 Formula 1, NBA 2K16, and NBA 2K15. All of that for a Switch Lite yellow. I definitely got the better of the deal here. And the Switch Lite deals continue to be just surprising and really, really profitable. So this deal is the one where I'm happy I have it. I think I'm actually going to keep it because it fills out the warehouse really nicely. But here is what I traded originally. This is a turquoise Nintendo Switch Lite for all of this. We got an original N64 with a yellow controller, and the stick's actually in pretty good condition. Just the very slightest wobble there. Pretty tight. I'd be very happy if I got this. A little bit of wear at the top, but in general, a yellow controller like that goes for about $30 on eBay. So I'll probably pull this one out and sell it separately. Got all the cables, and I do have extra N64 controllers. I'll probably get for just this minus what I'll have to put into it, which means I'll have to pull out maybe $10 or $5 for the controller I'll replace it with, which means that this right here is sitting, for me, the value is about $130 after fees. So that's great. That gets me pretty close to my original price for the Switch Lite, which was $210. And then I also got this. Booyah! I got this Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 by Midway. It's an arcade 1-up, and it works. It's awesome. It's not going to be here forever. I just put it up here to test it out, but it's pretty light, and I've seen them advertised many times. It's so cool. So I had one of these in college. I had Mortal Kombat 2, the stand-up arcade, and in our house with a whole bunch of dudes, I will tell you, this was the hit of the party. You can buy them new at Walmart for about $300. So that right there, in its condition, it's just perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I could probably sell it locally for about $200, which means in total, my value is around $330 to maybe $350, somewhere in that range right there. So I'm extremely happy. The value worked out for me, but I guess the way I'll look at it is I'll get $130 back on the N64, and I basically got that arcade 1-up for $80. So that's a great deal. I'm stoked about it, which means any of you resellers who are going to be joining me for my sit down with a reseller segment
we'll have a little something to play together if you can actually make it into the warehouse. Other than that, great deal so far. I have another one that I'm working on today, which means that we're probably gonna have like 5 or 6 different Switch deals that we'll be able to put into this trade episode. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys appreciate the hustle here, because you should be doing this as well.
I get probably 2 or 3 hits every single day. So I'm getting plenty of hits on it, but the deals that I'm getting are equivalent to the price that I paid for the Nintendo Switch Lite, and that doesn't make any sense to trade laterally. And I think for some of you who might be watching this episode wondering when it might be appropriate to join in, anytime. The idea that somebody can get rid of older games or cameras or things that you value as a collector or as a reseller, you should definitely make an attempt to sell something that's new to get something that's older people don't use anymore. So again, this Switch deal that I'm making for this last turquoise Switch Lite that I have is probably going to be maybe in the top 2 in terms of value that I'll be getting. If this deal does go through like I hope it does, well then I will show you guys my excitement and all the stuff I'm getting. So stay tuned, check this out.
All right.
I threw in this because we have no use for it.
The Skylander
Yeah,
stuff.
and some other, I think Incredible or something like that.
Okay, well, cool. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And then, sure.
This is great because if you don't use this stuff anymore,
Right.
I can.
Right.
I can get the use out of it I need. But
So-
all right, well, thank you very much.
Thank
If you
you.
want to open that, it's completely new. It's never been touched. So,
it'll be for this one.
and folks, this is the haul when you pull everything out for the Nintendo Switch Lite turquoise. There are a few items on here I don't know anything about at all. But let's check out the games. We got the Super Game Boy adapter, Mario All-Stars, Pilot Wings, Pac-Man 2. Of course, you got to have John. Madden's Football. And then a few games here. Notable ones are Mortal Kombat. On this side, we have Godzilla, probably the best DS game in the group here. Nothing crazy on the Game Boy games. Did get a original GameCube memory card, which is nice. Got the DSi XL, and that's nice. This does turn on and works properly. All the accessories for a Wii except a Wiimote, but I have plenty of those. Couple of PSPs. I got this Atari. It's just a flashback portable. I've sold these, 25 bucks. This Moga, I've never heard of it. No idea what it is. This little NES Mini, this is definitely a third-party provider of it. Comes with a couple of these interesting wireless controllers. So kind of happy about that. And these, I believe, go to the actual NES Mini. This is not the NES Mini, but I do have all the parts and pieces for it. So maybe 15, 20 bucks for that. Got to test the Wii. Came with all these Skylander things. PlayStation 3, which I've been selling pretty consistently for about 150 bucks. This has dropped dramatically since I started selling them a couple months ago. I think that if I got 100 bucks for it, I'd be happy. And then the original Super Nintendo NES, pretty yellowed, but I'll probably retro-bright that. That will be an upcoming video. So, a couple controllers too, guys. This is an actual GameCube. This is an aftermarket GameCube, and that is an Xbox 360. Everything here, let's hope this is in the $500 to $600 range. Very pleased with the deal. Obviously, I'm not sugarcoating this. You saw me give the woman the Switch Lite for all this stuff. So this is exactly what I got. And these kinds of deals are out there if you're patient and willing to wait. This is always my favorite part of the episode, to show all the hard work and how that translates to profit. Just for your information, I typically round these numbers up to the nearest $5 or $10, so it makes it a little easier adding them up. Trade number 1 was the GameCube, Wii, 3DS XL, Sega CD, and 32X deal. That was one of my favorites, and it was the first one, so I got really excited right out of the gate. Trade number 2 was the Super Nintendo N64 and the Pokemon Stadium lot. I doubled my money on that and was very happy about the deal. Trade number 3 was the Wii remotes, Wii U console with all of those games. More than doubled my money on that deal. Very, very happy.
Trade number 4 was the Xbox One, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy SP. That was definitely a hard 450 to get to, but it was worth it. Trade number 5 was the Super Nintendo, N64, and the Game Boy lots. Again, very good deal. That was one of my best. I worked hard on cleaning all of those, and I got a premium back on that trade. Trade number 6 was the PS4 Pro Destiny 2 Limited Edition. Oh, I was so happy about that one. Trade number 7 was the N64 with the yellow controller and the stand-up arcade Mortal Kombat. That was just fun to have. I'm glad I made that trade. And trade number 8 was the multiple systems, the multiple handhelds, and all of those games with a bunch of aftermarket stuff. This was the best trade I made out of all 8. So the expected revenue here, when you add it all up, is $5,385. Again, this number is rounded up, but this is not including all of the expenses or the costs of the Switch Lites. So let's find out what our expenses were. The Switch Lite costs $1,680. That's for 8 systems. That was about $210 per system. My total fees will be $625. I'll sell the bulk of this online, and a few items I'll sell locally, which means shipping will turn out to be just about $450 total for all of the shipping I'll do. I did have to piece together a number of items, so I spent about $75 on miscellaneous parts that were missing, and that means my total expenses were $2,830. So that means my total expected profit is $2,555. All right, folks, and that was today's episode. All I can tell you, and I truly mean this, is patience really pays off. You saw that some of those sales were good, some were fantastic, and you're not always going to get the fantastic. Switch Lites are not going to be fully stocked anytime soon, and even if they were, if you could go into any Target, any Walmart, any Best Buy right now and get your hands on them, people still are open to trading old video games for something new. That's the reason this is working out in the first place. You have both people who can't get their hands on them, and you've got a set of people who are genuinely thinking, I've got these old video games and I don't want them anymore. This is a way to open that door. Give it a shot and see how you do. I had a great time doing it. I'll be doing more in the future. So I recommend to all of you, get out there now. It's not too late to start trading. I'd like again to thank all of you for joining me on this journey, and we will see you next time. Take care. Next time on Hunting with Tripler.
Restore
a Nintendo NES system.
This is not the nicest bathroom in the world.
There's no possible way I could have shown you what I did.
These sections have been properly dosed. So let's put this thing back together.